Όλα δείχνουν ότι η κρίση των Ιμίων βγαίνει εκτός ελέγχου. Στο State Department και τον Λευκό Οίκο χτυπάει συναγερμός.
Well, I talked to the President and the Prime Minister of Turkey and the new Prime Minister of Greece, and I asked them to move their forces away from that little island and to find a diplomatic solution to the issue.
I don't remember the exact moment I found out, but I do remember the entire White House, starting with President Clinton, being seized by this because there was a real fear that an actual armed conflict would break out between Greece and Turkey in that time. And of course, you know, the entire White House had been seized by the conflicts in the Balkans for the previous several years, dealing with the conflict in Bosnia with Sarajevo. And this was something that we knew had become a tinderbox, but no one was expecting that Greece and Turkey would come to blows. But everyone was alarmed when we found out.
Now, was the president personally involved in this?
Absolutely, from the start. I mean, he called the leaders of the countries, tried to set up meetings, some that did not happen. But I think the most important thing he did was to task Richard Holbrooke with the job of trying to de-escalate the tensions and come up with a diplomatic solution.
Ο Κλίντον τηλεφωνεί στο Σημίτη και την Τσιλέρ.
President Clinton, at my request, made 3 calls to Ankara and Athens, and then John Kornblum and I and General Shalikashvili, who was then the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, spent most of the night calling Athens and Ankara as the Turkish ships approached Emiya with armed men on board.
And I remember we did an interview back then, and you mentioned that the president was trying to get through Çiler, who was the Turkish prime minister, and she wouldn't respond to his calls.
Exactly. That was, and you know, and he was a little disappointed in that because he had a pretty good relationship with Çiler. They had some personal rapport, and I think he was surprised that she wouldn't take the call at the time. And that's what also, you know, raised the alarm bells inside the White House. If she wasn't taking the call, there must be a reason for it. Was that because they'd already made the decision to actually seize the islands, take control, and risk a broader war?
And do you think the president was also sort of worried that, you know, there was going to be an actual war in this situation, an armed conflict?
Well, oh, definitely. I mean, because everyone knows that even when you don't want something like that to happen, even when it doesn't make any real sense in the broader world, the feelings were high in both countries. There had been long-standing tensions, obviously, between Greece and Turkey, and the smallest misstep, the smallest miscalculation could set things off in a direction that no one wanted. So he was quite worried about it, which is why he wanted to get involved.